If you are enrolled in the Kerala 4-year undergraduate program, the requirement is clear. You have to complete a strict 90-hour or 15-day internship to graduate. The stress comes from the original timing. The rules dictated that this had to be done entirely during your 4th semester summer holidays. That rigid timeline created a massive bottleneck. Tens of thousands of students from across the state were suddenly forced to compete for a very small number of local placements at the exact same time. Add in external delays like local elections disrupting the academic calendar, and the actual summer window shrank down to almost nothing. The math didn't work. The summer-only design created a supply and demand crisis, where compliance became nearly impossible for the average student. Fortunately, the state-level monitoring committee recognized the crisis and stepped in with a new set of emergency guidelines. The strict summer deadline outlined in the previous mandate has now been officially extended. You are now permitted to stretch those 90 hours out, as long as you finish them right before your 5th semester exams. The committee also addressed the supply problem. The rules have been relaxed to officially allow internships at smaller, newly established startups. Even with these changes, the official state KSHAC portal remains the primary hub for standard placements and government institutions. These new guidelines provide more options, requiring you to weigh your current academic workload against the long-term career value of the placement you choose. This decision flowchart maps out the first major variable you need to navigate: the timeline shift. You have 2 paths. The first path is deferring your internship, chipping away at the hours during your upcoming 5th semester holidays and weekends. Choosing this path ends the immediate summer panic and gives you months to research and secure a much higher quality placement. However, this choice consumes your rest days during an active semester, which increases the risk of burnout right before your exams. Your alternative is the summer completion path, forcing those 90 hours into the remaining weeks of your break. This allows you to finish the mandate before your 5th semester coursework begins. The downside is the time crunch. You might find yourself accepting a low-quality internship just to meet the deadline before classes start. While that helps you build a broader skill set, if you apply for core field master's programs later, you will have to explain why your internship wasn't related to your primary degree. Ultimately, deferring your internship is a direct trade. You are swapping immediate summer panic for intense academic pressure later in the year. This comparison table breaks down your second major variable, the placement tier. We need to weigh established institutions against the new exception clause. The established tier includes government departments, university labs, and private firms with over 10 years of operational experience. These spots guarantee university compliance and offer structured mentorship that carries weight on a post-grad resume. But you will face intense competition, long lead times to secure a spot, and rigid daily schedules. On the other side is the exception tier, which includes local startups and private firms with less than 10 years of experience. The official guidelines specifically confirm that students can use these newer private institutions if traditional 10-year firms are unavailable. These startups are highly accessible and easy to secure locally, often offering the flexibility to work around your academic schedule. The trade-off is career recognition. You face a higher risk of performing menial tasks without oversight, and future recruiters may not recognize the prestige of the experience. Utilizing the startup exception means trading the guaranteed structure of an established firm for immediate accessibility and convenience. The state has lowered entry barriers and pushed back the deadline, which shifts the challenge from simply finding a placement to choosing the one that fits your goals. This scenario matrix helps you decide by mapping your current academic bandwidth against your future career ambitions. The first profile is the stressed catch-up. This is a student with heavy academic pressure who simply needs to satisfy the requirement. If this is you, use the startup exception now. Secure a local placement and spread your 90 hours across early 5th semester weekends to avoid the stress of the main portal. Next is the optimizer. This student wants a competitive edge for corporate placements or graduate school. Optimizers should ignore the startup exception. Use the extended deadline to apply rigorously through the KSHEC portal for high-value government labs or tenure firms. Be prepared to sacrifice your upcoming 5th semester holidays to secure that higher resume value. Finally, the pragmatist is facing a brutal 5th semester workload and just wants to clear the requirement early. Your strategy is to front-load the work. Accept any officially approved private placement in the remaining days of your summer break. Treat this summer internship as a compliance checkbox to protect your GPA during the upcoming semester. The state's new flexibility is a strategic tool to help you balance your degree. Choose the trade-off that fits your situation and start today.